Listen, I know that you are going to ask this question as soon as our new pattern releases.
And that question is always, where can I buy fabric? Today's video is going to answer that question for you when it comes to swim.
Hi everybody, if you're new here, make sure that you go ahead and just follow and subscribe right away, because we're going to be serving out a ton of really helpful sewing advice throughout this month. Today's video is for those of us that are looking for swim fabric. So we're just going to dive into the world specifically of online fabric shops that carry great swim fabric. And I'm going to be sharing 4 fantastic shops where you can find the best swim fabric for your next project, and it's where we shopped actually. And this is especially great for you if you're new to sewing swim, or if you're looking for fabric for your athletic dress in the new Love Notions pattern. So let's get started. Okay, before we dive in to those 4 specific fabric shops that we recommend for sewing a swimsuit, let's talk about just generally what you need to be shopping for. Number 1, you're going to want to find a piece of swim fabric. And it doesn't necessarily have to be labeled as swim, but you are going to want to have a piece of fabric that's got pretty great recovery, that's going to hold up to the stresses that a swimsuit will put on it. You know, it's going to be a little bit on the tighter side, so it's really going to need to have lots of great stretch and recovery that will hold up to negative ease, which is what's going to be inside of a swimsuit. So look for some great swim fabric. Typically, you're also going to want to be using something for lining a swimsuit. You can buy fabric that is specifically labeled as swimsuit lining. It'll come in white or kind of like this beige color or black. And that will be great to line your swimsuit with, either for the bra section or the lining of the briefs, or perhaps even if you wanted to line the entirety of the swimsuit, you could potentially use this kind of thinner, a little bit more textured swim lining. Another option would be to just take your swimsuit fabric and just double it up and use traditional swim fabric as the lining. Now that might not be as cost effective as using swim lining, but swimsuits take almost no fabric to make, so it might be a great way to just take some of the scraps that you already have and put them in as your lining. Another thing that you're definitely going to want to have is some elastic. Now on the Clearwater pattern, the neckline, the arm side, the thigh, the leg openings, those are all going to have swim elastic needed inside of them. You're also going to have a piece of elastic going around the built-in bra, like the shelf bra that's inside of the swimsuit, and that's going to actually be like a thicker elastic. But you're going to want to have a swim elastic. Now swim elastic comes in a lot of different varieties, and you can get like this rubber kind, or you can get a kind that is called braided, and that looks like this. Okay, so these are just going to be a little bit more high quality types of elastic that will help everything kind of like all the openings kind of nip in together, and it's going to be able to withstand kind of the more exposure to water and elements and potentially being washed. So these pieces of swimwear elastic are going to be pretty important for your sewing. And actually, sewing swim elastic inside of a pattern, it kind of feels intimidating, but I think the way that I kind of wrap my head around it is that you're simply going to be taking that elastic and just putting it over the seam allowance that you're already creating. So none of this should like stick out anywhere. It's kind of like all enclosed inside of the seams, and you're not going to have to necessarily be sewing like just your initial seam with this inside of it unless you want to. You're going to be sewing a seam and then taking that seam allowance and putting the elastic on it. The other thing that's important to know about sewing with swim elastic is that that swim elastic will need to be attached with like a 3-step zigzag stitch. You're not just going to want to straight stitch this on because you need to allow for a little bit of stretching to happen. But what's important to know is that that stretching it's going to be cut at about 95% the length of the original seam. So it's just a tiny little bit that it's got to stretch, and you want to just apply that evenly and just slightly as you sew over those seam allowances with the elastic. And what I like to do is just sew my original seam with a straight stitch and then use my sewing machine to sew with a 3-step zigzag. A lot of other people will go back in and use their serger to put the swimwear elastic inside, and they feel like that's just like a lot easier. And I typically have a lot more success with just doing it on my sewing machine. So swimsuits are definitely a piece that can be sewn exclusively on a sewing machine, and a serger is not absolutely necessary, which is great because a lot of other patterns don't allow for that always, and with really nice enclosed finished interiors. Now, here's an example of something that Tammy sewed, and this is something that's really optional, but you can sew bra cups inside of your swimsuit. And she's actually got a video that's coming out soon that will show you exactly how to install bra cups, but you can put underwire in there, you can put in other shaping things to help you get a really supportive make. You can put compression fabric in, or you can even put like a power mesh in that will help kind of nip everything in and keep you supported and feeling really great as you swim. Because you're gonna be, swimsuits, you're gonna be needing to move in these things, and you wanna be supported throughout the entire process, right? So those are just a few things that you can put into your swimsuits to help you feel extra supported. So while we're talking about like the general fabric, I just wanted to give you a real quick idea of the interior, the inside of the swimsuit, so you kind of know what you're gonna be looking for. This one is sewn with the band for the brief is sewn with a really nice kind of thicker swimsuit fabric. Then there's for this main part here, Tammy used this kind of thinner swimsuit fabric. It is lined with this mesh kind of feeling swimsuit lining that's in this beige color. And then you can see that the leg openings have elastic inside of them, and so she used that braided elastic to sew the seam allowance on the inside, and then you go around and you top stitch, so everything is like really encased and clean and nicely finished. So this is just the basics, like the guts of a swimsuit, of the different pieces that are important, the different sewing supplies that you would need to sew a swimsuit.
Coming up, where to buy those supplies. And we're giving away several swimsuit fabric shopping gift cards. See how you can get one today.
Here are the 4 best places to buy swim fabric for your Clearwater Summer Essentials pattern that has just released from Love Notions. So our first fabric stop, almost always, for me at least, is Serge Fabrics. Serge Fabrics is really a go-to for many of us that are looking for like really high quality fabrics, and they have tons of variety. Colors, prints, textures that are great for both swimwear and athletic wear. So I find this place is great just for curation. Lots of great examples of good fabrics that would work for a lot of our patterns, but it's also great if you don't want to get overwhelmed. I love that they have this really specially curated selection. I also love that they have a dead stock of like high quality prints and just like a ton of different kinds of athletic fabric. So it's not just swim, but there's lots of swim too. And all of those, many of those will work with our new pattern. So for example, I immediately added to cart this collection of geometric prints. There's some stripes in there, some coordinating florals, and these pieces made the most epic collection for my version of the Clearwater Summer Essentials pattern. So with one collection of fabric from Serge, I was able to make this huge collection, sewing every single piece that's available inside of the Love Notions Clearwater Summer Essentials pattern. So I've got my sports bra or swim top, I have a tankini top, I have a brief, I have the shorts that have the really great integrated pocket, and as well as the athletic dress or the swim dress. And so I love how this collection really coordinates with each of the different fabrics inside of the this huge collection of pieces. So they're all like interchangeable, they're all mix and match, and I love that Serge has a curated collection of really great pieces, really high quality pieces that are just so classic and just like exactly what you would find if you went to go shop for an actual sewn swimsuit. A lot of these are just really classic approachable, wearable things that you can just get up and go with. I also really, really loved the athletic fabric that I sewed up my shorts in, and Serge has a great selection of high quality athletic fabric, which can be really hard to find sometimes. It can be really hard to sew with that sometimes, and the pieces that they've got on offer there are excellent. So I highly recommend. Serge is always a go-to for us, so we always like to recommend them when we are giving you guys some examples of places to shop for fabric. And for swim fabric, this is a great place to go as well. The other thing that's great about Serge is that they have a lot of the extra notions that go along with swim. So like the swimwear elastic, they have braided and the rubber style of elastic in multiple different widths. They have bra cups, and they also carry a ton of like bra sewing notions. So all of the underwire, all the other extra pieces that you would need to sew swim are included there. So sewing swim doesn't have to necessitate getting a ton of extra notions, but sometimes when you want to really step it up and get like that power mesh and get the special swim lining, you're going to want to be able to shop at a place that has it all right away. And that has usually been a huge point, a positive point for me when I shop with Serge. So overall, I feel like Serge Fabric Shop is in my top 4 places to shop for swim because of their curated collection of very classic pieces. So let's talk about shop number 2, Discovery Fabrics. We have a great relationship with Discovery Fabrics. They're actually based in Canada, and they're renowned for their extensive selection of technical fabrics, including swimwear. So if you're looking for a piece of fabric that was really going to perform well, like in the water with chlorine, it's going to look great, it's going to hold up, and it's going to serve you for years and years and years, this is the place to go. And actually, I know how important this type of fabric is. I'm not an athlete, but for athletes, there's a lot of people who spend a lot of time outdoors. They want to make those pieces last and serve them. They want to invest their time and money into something that is going to be a fantastic high quality make. And so Discovery serves that purpose. They also have some really excellent prints and colors. And actually Discovery sent over a couple of cuts to us a little bit ago that I think are just like perfection for the athletic dress and the swim separates. A lot of them are UPF 50+ with sun protection. They're resistant to chlorine, they're resistant to pilling, and they have really, really great like recovery, like shape retention. There is their Breathe Tech athletic fabric that would be like a compressive sort of fabric that would be great for making like an athletic dress. And it's really soft and it feels great. Like I said before, it's great compression, it's squat proof if you choose to make those shorts. There's sun protection in there, and those types of fabric are gonna make a piece that is gonna last. I actually went through, so my parents have a pool, and Tammy and I and our kids and our families and everything, we swim over there constantly. And my mom has like this huge like closet organizer thing that is just like full of swimsuits. I mean, there's probably like 50 or 60 swimsuits in there. And I actually went over, I don't know, like a week ago and cleaned it all out. And you know, some of those swimsuits had been in there for quite some time, and you like pull them up and they just like crumple in your hands if they're several years old. And that's because chemicals in the pool and all of the, you know, it's just maybe not high quality fabric. If you're just grabbing a swimsuit that's like $9 at Old Navy, it's probably not gonna hold up really great over the years. And that's where a place like Discovery Fabrics comes in, because they're offering pieces of fabric that are going to last for a really long time and hold up in the elements. So if that's something that you're looking for, I would highly recommend going and checking out Discovery. And actually, I sewed my first 2-piece actually from something that they sent over to us. It's kind of like this like peacock sort of fabric. It's vibrant, it's bright, it was wonderful to sew, and so I would highly recommend taking a look over at Discovery Fabrics for some really, really high quality fabrics that are gonna stand the test of time. These fabrics are not only durable, but they come in lots of fabulous prints, and they have matching coordinates, and they have pieces for swim lining and all of those extras. And I really do feel like Discovery Fabric stands out because they have like a dedication to performance fabrics that are both fashionable and functional. Our third favorite shop for shopping swim fabric is Boho Fabrics, and they've got like a huge huge, broad range of fabrics. They have a swim fabric selection that is very large, and they have really great deals and discounts because they do like these bundles and stuff, so you can find lots of fabric at a great price. And there's such a variety. For example, Tammy went shopping at Boho, and she just got tons of different, like just such a variety of different types of textured, some is a little thicker, some is a little thinner, and depending on what you're looking for, Boho could be a really great place to shop for a variety of things. And I always feel like you can find something unique there at Boho, so take a look at Boho for some great swim fabric. And last but not least, we have Raspberry Creek Fabrics. Now, Raspberry Creek Fabrics is known for custom printing, and their swim fabric, I actually think, is the best of any of their custom printed stuff. They have just really cute designs, and sometimes they're seasonal and depending on the holidays and stuff. And the swim fabric there is just gorgeous. It's high quality, it doesn't fade, and it's so unique and vibrant, and it is great for making whether it's a statement swim dress or a two-piece. And they also have just lots of pieces that are great for combining things. So you can take those custom designs and then pair that with some of their stripes or polka dots or their solids, and everything is just like fresh and modern and looks great together. And it doesn't hurt that all of those things are printed in-house, it's US based, everything is made in the USA, and I just love supporting a business like that.
The other really great thing about Raspberry Creek Fabric is that they sponsored many of the testers of our sewing pattern for Clearwater Summer Essentials. So when Diana heard that Love Notions was releasing a new swim pattern, it's actually our first ever, she reached out immediately, even though she was on vacation, and offered all of the testers some free swim fabric just because she loves Love Notions and because she knows that we're such a great match with her fabric. You can see many of the testers here have used Raspberry Creek Fabrics, and we're so thankful that they're such a great partner with us. Thanks, Raspberry Creek.
So, I love Surge because of their curated collection. I love Discovery Fabrics for their technical performance fabric. I love Boho because of their variety and their price point. And I love Raspberry Creek because of their custom prints and their modern designs that all go together. So no matter which shop you choose, make sure that you find the perfect fabric for your Love Notions swim and athletic dress pattern, the new Clearwater. I hope that this quick little guide to 4 fabric shops was helpful for you. Make sure that you check out those shops, and actually I have great news because a few of the shops are actually offering Love Notions customers a chance to win a store credit to their shop so that you can go get your own swim fabric. And so all I'd love for you to do in order to win that, we're just gonna randomly pick someone from the comments in here. So inside this video here, drop a comment. Tell me what you were liking about the new swim pattern, about swim fabric. Give us any tips and tricks that you have for sewing swim. I can't wait to see you inside of the new Clearwater Summer Essentials pattern collection. It is gorgeous, and it is going to be on sale for just a limited amount of time, so grab your copy. All the links are below. You can find the links to all of the shops as well as the new pattern inside of the description box below. So stay tuned with us for even more Clearwater content as we celebrate the release of this new pattern. Thank you so much for watching, and happy sewing.